right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Tuesday Night Hoop Talk. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by OG Tony and Jay McLovin. How's it going, guys?
Pretty
Yeah,
good,
it's
pretty
going it's going pretty good. Rockets are down by now we're down by 12. We were down by 9, but they had another 3 ball. So yeah, it's Champagne or Champagne, however you see that guy's name for San Antonio. It's just having a career night. I think he's up like 12 or 13 3-pointers right now, and they still got like 3:47 in the third to go. So that's just kind of tell you how the Rockets night's going.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Not always on your game all the time.
No,
Well, guys,
sir.
let's jump into some Tuesday night hoop talk. Let's jump into the NBA standings real quick. Give everybody an update where we're at going into tonight. In the East, Detroit still leading the East 31-10. Boston in second, 26-16. The Knicks are 25-18, and third and fourth is Toronto 25-19. In the West, not a whole lot of changes there either. OKC 36-8 is first place. The Spurs are second, 30-13. Denver still hanging in there, even though with the injuries. Third, 29-14, and Minnesota is fourth with 27-16. So that was the standings coming into today. I know that we got some games going on. One of the big topics, of course, is Jimmy Butler getting injured for Golden State last night. You could tell pretty by the injury that it was bad when it happened. Towards ACL, going to be out for the season. They were struggling some anyway. But Chris, what do you think this means for Golden State this year and in the future?
Well, for this year, I don't think it. I mean, it doesn't look like they were going to be competing for a championship this year anyway. So, I mean, for this year, I think it just solidifies that they're not going to be a contender in the playoffs. If he had stayed healthy, they might have been able to get maybe in the playoffs or maybe be a play-in team or something like that. But they hadn't been playing good ball this year, which was a little surprising the way they played last year after they got Butler. I was expecting a little bit more out of Golden State than what they had been playing this year. And I think it kind of excels the rebuild that needs to happen there for next year. You still have Curry that can still play at a pretty high level, but it's time to start breaking some of that up. I can see maybe them finally moving on from Draymond and trying to go a different direction. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. But like I said, I don't think they were going to win a championship this year anyway. So I don't think it kills them this year, but I do think it kind of excels stuff for next year.
Yeah, and I know the reporter, the guy on ESPN, said that they are trying to make moves, try to, still be competitive this year. But I don't know what you can do. It'd be very difficult to do a big enough change that's going to make a difference. In my opinion, Jay, your thoughts on the injury to Butler and Golden State?
Yeah, it's like I told you earlier. I feel like Golden State is just cursed right now with these injuries. Horford is actually even out right now. He's got a jacked up toe, so he's not even playing. No, last year was Steph Curry in the playoffs that went down. This year now it's Jimmy Butler that goes down. I think a little bit of age is catching up to him, things like that. Yeah, he's not going to be. He probably won't be back until obviously next season. So obviously he's done for. I know they were talking. I need to mention they were talking about possibly trying to trade him. Obviously that's going to be pretty hard to do now with that ACL issue. Right now they're sitting in the A spot. They're on a 4-game win streak, but they're on the A spot. So they're still trying to fight for that play-in. But I think, like Chris said, even if they get the play-in or stay in that play-in area, I don't think they're going to get out of the play-in. I think just they don't have enough talent. I don't think to get out of there, to be honest with you. I know you had talked about them trading Kuminga and things like that, but I just don't know if there's anybody on that in the trade market that's going to be the number 2 or going to be the Rockman to Batman. They lost their number 2 guy.
Let me ask you guys: is it a possibility that there's a team out there that would take Kuminga and maybe take a Butler too, knowing that he wouldn't be there this year, but he would be there next year? Is there a team that might do that? Maybe I don't know. I'm going to throw a team out there, the Nets or somebody like that. That is not a contender right now, but trying to head that way. Do you think there's a team that would do something like that and maybe give up a player, uh, a decent player or two decent players in that situation? Chris, what do you think?
You never know with the way the NBA does. There's always some crazy shit that trades that happen that you never think would happen. I mean, they might be able to find something. I just don't. I just off the top of my head that I can't think of a player that I could think that would be available uh, that would get them to that next level. But like I said, we see surprising things all the time. Like nobody ever thought Luca was going to get traded late on a Saturday night. So you just
Yeah,
never know in the NBA what's going to happen.
that's true. What about you, Jay? Do you think there could be a team out there that would do something?
Yeah, what I believe is he's a bench guy. I don't really think he's a star. I think he's a guy that comes off the bench. And that's pretty much what Golden State's pretty much used him for. So I would have to look at a team that's thin in the depth, probably like a Phoenix that traded away a lot of that stuff. So if you got a team that's thin in the depth and they're looking to add depth, then yeah, they would probably take a flyer on Kuminga. But the problem with that is that it doesn't really. You're not going to get a Jimmy Butler capable person from Kuminga. I think with Kuminga, you're just going to get another bench player. So really, you just trade one bench for another bench. I don't think you're going to get that difference maker. So I think it's pretty much. I think it's just going to be a lateral move, honestly.
Well, I know Kuminga wants out of there because he believes he is a better player and doesn't believe that he's a good fit there. So we'll see what happens with that. Keep following that. Guys, let's do a little bit NBA hot seat questions. Then after that, I've got the top 10 greatest games of all time. First question I have for you guys, and this one's for Jay, and then I got one for Chris because it's about your guys' teams. Mine and Chris's team and Jay's team. Jay, in your opinion, what do the Rockets need to work on to have a chance? What changes do they need to make right now to try to get to the Western Finals?
For me, and this is the same situation I was preaching last year, and I think they brought in Kevin Durant to maybe boost up the three-point shooting, but right now it's our three-point shooting, man. We don't, we make threes, but our miss rate, I think we're shooting – I'd have to go back and look at it, but I know we're shooting below 40%. And I think that was the biggest thing because, like, right now, we're down by 12. We're going up against the Spurs. Now, I understand the Spurs are a really great team, but they have really good three-point shooters, and that's what killed us against Golden State. We could not hang with the three-point shooting. And then right now, when watching this Rockets game, we're not handling their three-point shooting either. So I think we still need another really good three-point shooter. And the Houston used to always have good three-point shooting. This is the first time I've really seen the last couple of years where our three-point shooting has kind of gone down. So I think really just we got to improve our three-point percentage.
Okay.
That would be the biggest thing.
Chris, my question for you is with the Pacers. What do the Pacers need to do? The season's lost for this year, but is there anything that they, in your opinion, they need to do to get prepared to try to make a run next year?
The main thing is you got to get Tyrese Halliburton back healthy, which it sounds like everything's going good on that. And then besides that is the guys you have, like Neesmith didn't play last night. Siakam didn't play last night. So you got to get your other guys. You need to get them, make sure they're healthy by the end of the season. So you're going into next year, you can be ready to go. And then basically, just keep doing what you're doing this year. Biggest problem this year is not having a closer. The game the other night had chances to win, but we'll be winning going in the fourth quarter and then lose games. We don't have that closer, which you get that back in Halliburton. So main thing is try to stay healthy. Hope don't lose nobody. No like real big injury like we did Halliburton last year. You're probably going to get a good draft pick. Try to hit on that and then get ready for the offseason.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any like real big moves they need to make. I think Huff has filled in fine at the center position. Isaiah Jackson, his biggest problem has been health. So I think that's why he hasn't performed real well. So they might be looking for another backup big guy. But other than that, I don't think they need to make no like big changes. I mean, you really have about everybody that you had a great chance to win in that NBA championship with. I'm thinking IU football still, but have a chance to win an NBA championship with just a few months ago. So the main thing is get everybody healthy. Make sure you have your depth, and then go from there.
Well, they're going to have to probably make a decision on that one player, the one that I can't think of his name right now, Chris. I know his they either got to pay him or he's probably going to be gone.
Oh, Mathern, yeah,
Mathern. That'll be one decision. And when he's been on the court, he's played really well. But again, he's not been healthy. He's not been able to stay healthy this year. I mean, when he's playing, he's very good. But
that's been his problem is most of his career.
Yeah. That's going to be the problem.
He's
on a big contract.
He stayed pretty healthy last year, but the year before last year, he missed the playoffs because he was hurt. Like he's had some injury issues.
Yep.
But like you said, he's a hell of a player when he's on the court.
That's true. My next question, guys, is: do you have any concerns with OKC with Jalen Williams being out? He's got a strained calf. He's going to be out at least 2 weeks. He already missed a month earlier in the season, so he's having trouble staying healthy. He was an all-star last year. Do you have any concerns? Do you think that if he doesn't get completely healthy, or do you think that as long as he's healthy by the playoffs and ready to play for the playoffs, they're fine? Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm not concerned yet. I mean, they're a good enough team, and they're in a position in the standings as well where him being out 2 or 3 weeks shouldn't be that big a deal. To me, as long as they're healthy going into the playoffs, they're going to have a chance to repeat. They're going to be tough to beat for anybody to beat. Not saying they can't be beat. There's a few teams out there that can beat them. I mean, hell, they were close to being beat last year in the finals. So they're not unbeatable, but I do think they have enough depth that they can get through Williams being out 2 to 3 weeks. Their main thing is to try to get him healthy. I wouldn't rush him back. Like you said, he's already missed some time this year. So if it takes longer than 2 weeks, if he needs a month, give him a month. It's more important for him to be ready for the playoffs than it is to have him right now. Especially
with a calf, you don't want to rush it, or it can go bad. That's for sure. Jay, what do you think about Williams?
Yeah, man. So I'm looking at the depth pro. So he's got a hamstring issue. That's at least a month, maybe 2, depending just on how well rehab goes to get it back. I know Curry's a little older guy, so it's going to take him a little bit longer than most people. So that's why I say probably a month to 2 months, I think is what he's going to miss. And I don't think you need to rush it. That's the damn problem. I think we're rushing, and all we're doing is killing ourselves in the playoffs. And, you could lose him for a lot longer time if he really jacks up that hamstring, much more than it is now. So if I'm OKC, like Chris said, right now you're at the top. You've only lost 8 games. You got Hartenstein out with that issue. I think he's day-to-day right now. And then you also got Caruso that's out with a calf. He has a calf issue. And then you got the other guy who's day-to-day. I can't remember his name right offhand. But I guess what I'm getting at is OKC has definitely got some injuries on that team. And I think right now, if I was them, I would definitely rest some of my starters and start plugging in some of these bench guys and letting them take some minutes and really try to get my team back healthy, And yeah, you may take a dip in the standings, but you know what? Once you get them dudes back, you know what you have in this team. So it really doesn't matter because you're going to battle it out no matter what. But I think you got to get healthy there.
Yeah. My next question, guys. Who do you think the biggest threat is to OKC? Do you think it's the Spurs? Do you think it's Denver? Do you think it's Detroit? Do you think it's Boston? Who's the biggest threat in basketball? A team in the West might take them out, or a team in the East. Jay, who do you think, in your opinion, who's the biggest threat for a team to have a chance to eliminate OKC?
I still like the Spurs team. A Spurs team, it's just they're phenomenal, and I think they match up well. With OKC, Holmgren versus Wembanyama, Fox versus SGA. I mean, they have a really good squad over there. So I would put Detroit right there behind San Antonio. I think they're going to match up well when they get to the playoffs. But right now, for me, it's San Antonio.
Okay, and Chris, what about for you?
I'm going with the Denver Nuggets. would be my team. I know Jokic is hurt, but you get Jokic back healthy. I mean, you gotta remember that was a 7-game series between Denver and OKC last year in the playoffs. So
Right.
it wasn't like the Thunder just whooped up on them. The Spurs are a good team too, but Spurs are still young. The Nuggets have a little more experience, so that's why I'm favoring right now a team that upset for me would be the Nuggets. But I do agree the Spurs are a good team, a real good team as well. They're playing some good ball. And when Wemby hit like eight 3-pointers last night or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, that
think
Champagne guy's got 12 or 13 3-pointers, and we just started the fourth quarter. I mean, the guy's phenomenal in that 3-point range, and that's the thing about the Spurs is they have some really good 3-point shooting on that squad.
Yeah, I agree with the Spurs. I agree with Denver, and I agree with Detroit. The only reason I might favor Denver out of those three teams, like Chris said, the experience. But I think the Spurs, I'm not sure the Spurs being a young team, and the same thing with Detroit being a young team. I think Detroit's strong on the boards, would be physical with them, might be able to be physical with them. I think the Spurs can be physical with them. So I think they could be good matchups. But just because of experience, I might give Denver a slight edge. But I think all three of them teams, I think got a chance. I mean, I'm not going to say a great chance, but I think they have a chance. Guys, my last question. I'm gonna be interested to see what you guys come up with. I've been thinking about this, and I've been having a hard time coming up with somebody. I've known the question because I wrote the damn thing. In your opinion, the most overrated player in NBA history?
Damn.
I've been thinking it's hard, and the name that first came to mind to me, and people will kill me if I say it. The first name to come to mind to me was LeBron, but I know I shouldn't say that because he's not. You know, I know if somebody's on here listening that we know, he's going to go berserk. But
man, I don't know. God, that's a hard one, man. I'm going through my brain right now too.
Frankie, it'd be all right if he has a losing season for the next 3 years. I'm not a Raiders fan, so I don't give a fuck.
yeah, I agree.
I'd like to see Mendoza do well, but I don't care how many games he loses now. We won the games that I needed him to win.
That's true.
Yeah. Damn.
I feel like wrong. I'd like to see him do good because I think he's a hell of a player, but I'm not a Raiders fan.
I'm gonna roll with, and I know this is gonna be crazy, but I'm gonna roll with Russell Westbrook. And the reason why I'm going with him is because of now, I know this looks crazy, right? I mean, now don't get me wrong, his rebounds and his assists are great. But the problem is to get those triples, he has to shoot an ass load of shots. And it's his field goal percentage for me that makes him overrated.
I think I know Frankie's answer. I think Frankie's answer would be Kevin Durant. Most overrated player. That's a tough one. I don't know. I'm
gonna go with Karl Malone.
Okay.
Everybody would always talk about how great Karl Malone was, but really, what Karl Malone ever accomplished? He never led to winning. He was a good player, but he wasn't like a lot of people want to talk about him like as he was a great player. I think he was more of just a good player. I think he could be one.
Yeah.
And one for me, which I know wouldn't be probably most overrated all time, but one for me is Trae Young. I've always felt like Trae Young is overrated.
I think that's a good one.
I think I kind of like that. I mean, that's why he's bouncing around right now because I think they realize. I tell you what,
because I don't know if I'd say he's the most of all time, but Trae Young to me has always been overrated.
Only because of the health issues that he's had and the overweightness. I'm going with Zion.
Yeah,
because I think Zion, when he's on the court, he's a great shooter. But how many games has he missed? You know,
That's
hey,
a
you
good one.
might hate it, but we love it.
That's a good one. I think Zion is I think that's a perfect one.
Yeah. Yeah. He had so much. Remember when he was in high school? I remember the headlines. This is going to be the next greatest thing to ever hit the NBA. This dude could jump.
LeBron.
Yeah, man. It's like, God. And then he goes to New Orleans and just.
What about I can't remember their names. There's a couple of them. What about Ball?
Yeah, Lonzo Ball.
A lot of hype on him, and he's not had a great career.
But when he's been healthy, he's played pretty good. More the reason, and I'm not a big ball, I was never the biggest Ball fan, but more the reason that he didn't have, I think, more success had been because of that knee injury. Because when he's been healthy and been on the court, he put up pretty good numbers when he could play. His problem is being available.
And I know not most overrated.
No, I agree. He did have a lot of hype coming in.
I would say the most overrated shoe is the ball, that ball tennis shoe that they tried to sell for like almost $500.
Yeah. Do you guys think
an overrated damn shoe?
I know.
What about Christian Laettner?
He came in with a lot of fanfare, also. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Zion's worse.
What's that other dude, man?
But you got health issues there. This guy's not the most overrated. I'm just asking you guys, do you think this guy is overrated? But he also played in the shadow of Jordan. Do you think Pippen's a little overrated? Or do you think he's really that good?
No, I think he was really that good. He was never better than Jordan, but he was good. You can't have that. Like, how many defensive player of the years that guy was on? I mean, like every year, defensive player of the year, every damn year. It seemed like, you know. I mean, there's no titles without Pippen.
Let's jump into our list, our top 10 list. Greatest games of all time. Like I told you guys off air, there are a couple from the 70s. Looks like there's 2 from the 80s. And that's the only hints I'm going to give you right now. I'm going to let Jay go first.
Only because I've been talking about this forever and a day, it seems like. That flu game from MJ, when he scored 38 points and he had the flu, and he's on the sidelines getting IVs and stuff just to keep him going. I mean, how much more? And they won. I mean, how much more do you want from a guy, you know?
Okay.
So I'm going to go with that one.
Since this is a hard list, if you get one, I'm going to tell you that is number 7 on the list. That's from 1997, Game 5. Bulls defeated the Jazz 90-88. Jordan's flu game, he scored 38 points.
Yeah.
That's number 7.
I remember watching that game.
Okay, Chris, what about you?
I'm gonna go to the game. I can't remember who it was against, but Kobe scored like 85 points.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 81. I remember that game.
81.
Too.
I know he scored 80
yeah. Yeah, that was a hell of a game.
I do not believe
I thought that for sure be on there. I'm surprised.
The list.
That really shocks me a little bit. That was a hell of a game.
It did not.
Okay.
Hey, that was a good one, though, Chris. Seriously, I'm surprised it's not on that list.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys number 10 then. I think this is a tough list. 2019 Eastern Conference semifinal game 7. Toronto defeated Philadelphia 92-90. Kawhi hits the first game 7 buzzer beater in history, bouncing 4 times on the rim.
I remember that.
I do too. Jay?
Only because I saw this and I was there in person, and it still resonates in my brain like a nightmare because it was so crazy. I'm gonna go, and it is another Jordan one, but I remember this. It was Game 6, Jordan It's the last. Evo, I think it was Greg Elo, and he knocks that ball in, and it was a buzzer beater, and it secured the championship for him.
Who's it against?
Utah Jazz. That was during the Jazz matchups that they had. I think it was like 2 or 3 years after that.
No, there's a Jordan one on here with, I think, against them.
That's
that
got to
was
be
that
on
one.
there.
97's on there. Let me check.
Man, that's not on there. That's crazy. Because, wow, that'd be crazy if it wasn't on there.
Okay. Let's see if this is if it could be the same one. If not, I'm giving you one. Number
Okay.
2, 1998 Finals, Game 6, Bulls over the Jazz, 87-86. Michael Jordan's last shot over Byron Russell. That was Chicago's title number 6.
Yeah, because Byron Russell, he played. That's when he played for the Jazz. Yeah, so that would be right. That's am I right?
That was 1998. That was Chicago's title number 6.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's the same one or not, but I'm giving it to you. Okay. Chris.
What about Pacers Knicks when Reggie scored the 8 points in 6 seconds?
I thought it'd be on there, but
it's not on there either. Son of a
Nope.
bitch.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys number 9. 2001 Finals, Game 1, Philadelphia over the Lakers, 107-101, and overtime. Iverson scores 48 points.
Damn, I remember that game too. I do remember that. All right, I got one. What about the 100-point game by Will? That's not on there. I quit.
It's not on there.
Damn, you son of a bitch.
Well, when I say that, I better double check.
I mean, that's never going to get topped. That's got to get on there.
No, that's not on there.
Yeah, okay. Need to find out who's making this damn list.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys another one because I don't want to be here till tomorrow. Number 8, because it's a tough list. I knew it was a tough list. Number 8, 1997 Finals, Game 4, Lakers over Boston, 107-106. Magic hit a skyhook over McHale and Parrish to beat Boston. 1987.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I think it's Chris's turn, right? Or is it mine?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah, it's Chris's turn because I said Wilt Chamberlain, so yeah.
It's probably not on there, but I'm gonna go Pacers and Knicks last year. Tyrese Halliburton hitting the last second shot.
Not on there. I'm gonna give you guys. You suck, Chris. I'm gonna give you number 6.
Horrible.
I'm gonna give you number 6 from 1970 Finals. Game 7, the Knicks defeated the Lakers 113-99 when Willis Reed returned to injury, and it was the Knicks' first title. Okay, let me give you some hints. There's on this list remaining, there's number 1, 3, 4, and 5. I will tell you 1 is from the 2000s. Give you a hint. There's still 1 left from the 70s. There's 2 from the 2000s, and there's 1 from the 80s and 1 from the 70s. So there's 70s, 80s, and 2 from 2000s. That'll give you a hint on the last 4.
Okay.
I don't even know whose turn it is. Whose turn is it?
That's mine because Chris did the last
Yeah,
one.
Yeah. He sucks.
And the funny is you didn't say the 90s, because if you would have said the 90s, I was going to go with I was going to say Reggie Miller's 25-point quarter over the Knicks.
Yeah,
but since the 90s isn't on there, that's going to roll that out. So damn. What about the 05 Spurs and Pistons?
No.
That was a really good defensive game too. Shit, between the powerhouses at the time. Damn, I'm surprised it went on there.
Chris,
and
I'll
that was
give you
a
a guess.
Game 7.
If you don't get,
I'm gonna go. It was Miami Heat I think it was Ray Allen hit that three hit that corner three to win the game. When the Ray Allen hit the three in the corner with
Yes.
LeBron and them.
Chris, you got one. Number 4, 2013 Finals Game 6. Heat 103, Spurs 100 in overtime. Ray Allen's three-pointer with 5 seconds left to force overtime and saves Miami's season.
So you say we still have one from the
one.
70s, right?
Yes, we have one from the 70s. We have one from the 80s, one from 2000s, and one from the 70s.
All right.
And I'll give you this. I will tell you this. It's between 2010 and 2020. That's a hint.
Well, then I remember when was it the Cavs in 16 versus the Warriors when they came that 3-1 comeback?
Jay got number 1. 2016 Finals Game 7. Cleveland 93, the Warriors 89. First comeback down 3-1 in finals history. That was number 1 on the list.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I was going to kind of go with Olajuwon, but you said there wasn't one from the 90s too, because they got down, I think it was 3-1 also. I think it was the Phoenix Suns when they did that historic comeback. I think that was the same year. I think they beat the Knicks, but since that wasn't a 90s, you didn't. Damn, I knew that ruled that one out. So now we just got the 70s.
We got 70s and 80s.
Well, I guarantee the 70s. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Chris.
Chris was born in 1980.
Damn, he's a young buck. He was born during Reagan, another Republican. I knew I liked him.
I don't know. Didn't Larry Bird have a big shot back on one of them games?
Wasn't anything with Bird.
That's surprising.
Jay, I'll give you another guess, and then I'll give.
I don't need it. I don't need it. If it's not on there, then it's got to be on there. It's got to be, and I think it was. I know it was because the 80s was a Showtime generation, so I know it's got to be a Lakers team, and I know Magic played during that period. So it's got to be something with the Magic, and I do know. I don't remember the exact year. I want to say it was 1980, and it was Lakers, Sixers, and that's the year that Magic played all 5 positions because me and my dad watched that game together. And I said, Dad, I think he's playing all the positions. Like, yeah, he did. And I'm like, damn.
Number 5, 1980 Finals Game 6. Lakers 123, Philadelphia 107. Rookie Magic Johnson starts at center, scored 42 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists. I remember that game. I watched that game.
Yeah, me and Dad watched that one.
There's one left. I will give you a hint. It's in the 70s, and I will tell you it's in between 1970 and 1978, in between that period.
I'm not gonna know this one because even though I was born in 72, I know I was too young to really watch it or remember any of that. The only thing I could think of in my life is that it had to have been during the Celtics, right? Because I know the Celtics were big in the 70s and then into the 80s, but I couldn't tell you who they were playing or even if it was really them. I'm just guessing on that one. And I know Chris, well, he was born in 1980. He might remember that.
Chris, you got a guess for the 70s?
No.
Okay, I'm going to give it to you guys. Number 3, 1976 Finals Game 5, Boston 128, the Suns 123, and 3 overtimes.
Yeah, triple overtime. Damn, I wish I could. That would have been a hell of a good game.
I can't believe I didn't say that. I remember watching that live.
I agree. I thought there should have been some with Larry Bird on there.
Oh, that is a sperm sale, but I don't know.
And this list came from AI.
Oh, did it really? Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got that set. I was born in the 70s. I really didn't start watching sports until probably 78, 79. But even then, I don't. And that was with my dad. But I wouldn't have remembered that game. I just knew the set. I just remember my dad saying how big the Celtics were in the 70s, and that's why I kind of figured it had to be them, one of them teams. But all right, and that was also probably during the year. Was that part of the 11 rings that Russell got? I don't know how if Russell was playing. He wasn't playing in 78. When did Russell retire?
Well, this was 76. I don't
76.
I don't think he was playing, but I'm not sure. I don't want to say for sure because I don't.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what's up, man. Rockets, I don't know where we are. Last time I looked at that game, we were only down by 1 point. I don't know if we came back and won it or not.
Well,
They made it a
thank
game.
everybody. You guys got anything before we get out of here?
No. Other than check us out tomorrow night on OG Tony's Hot Takes, baby.
Yeah,
Hot
on the
takes
hot
with
seat,
Tony.
got 10 for you tomorrow. Got some different ones and sports and all kinds of things. So join us for that. And of course, on Thursday we got the Thursday night blitz. I've got the top 10 greatest NFL plays of all time. We'll do a quick breakdown on the championship games for the NFL playoffs, and we'll also talk about all these coaching changes. People are starting to get hired, offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, head coaches. So we'll talk about that too.
Hopefully, we'll find out where your boy Mendoza, who's going to be his coach in the Raiders. I'm hoping to see what happens there. More to stay tuned.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want him to go to the Raiders. For some reason, I think Arizona would be a good fit for him.
Yeah.
But they're 3, and I don't think they're looking for a quarterback. I don't guess so.
Yeah, not with Kyler Murray. They still got time on Kyler Murray's contract, unless they can work out a trade. But I don't know. I don't think the Raiders are going to want Kyler Murray. That's the only downside to them. But you never know. I mean, they don't even know who their coach is yet. So that's going to be interesting.
Would you take Kyler Murray and a couple of first round draft picks?
Wow. I just don't believe. I mean, I know he's super athletic, but
hey, Arizona's
I think it's
got
more what he has up here, though, Tony. It's his head. It's what's in his head.
Arizona's got the number 3 pick.
But I wouldn't want to take him on.
Chris, would you do that? Would you do 2 first round picks and Kyler Murray for the number 1 pick?
I wouldn't, but I'm not a Kyler Murray guy, but I mean, you never know. I mean, if whoever the Raiders coach is likes Murray, I mean, they might they could think about it, especially with one of those picks being the 3rd pick. But it'd be whoever they bring their coach in would have to really like Kyler Murray for him to do something like that.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
I think if the Raiders go out in free agency and fix their offensive line, that's the main thing. If they can do that, that's their main thing. I mean, yeah, they're going to have to get some more weapons, but their weapons aren't terrible. Their main thing is they don't have they can't block. They got to get better in line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I agree. They need to be better on both lines of scrimmage. I do think they need a receiver, but I mean, you could probably find a receiver the 2nd, 3rd round. I mean, because they've got a good tight end, they got a pretty good running back.
I think if you don't address those trenches first, he may get killed. You may lose your quarterback to an injury. I think Chris is right. But I think you take Mendoza number 1. And then I think your next pick, whatever round or whatever pick number it is, or maybe you try to trade up, a couple of picks, whatever, if there's a really good O lineman out there. And I think you start addressing that, like you said, address that O line.
Seen somebody make a prediction, see what you guys think of this, that they firmly believe that Willis will be the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers next year.
That's weird. Because I just saw somewhere, I was reading somewhere where they had talked about Willis maybe going to Cleveland, believe it or not. Yeah, I saw that out there too. Now, again,
I think it just depends on who the coach is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard to know. We don't have a coach either one of them places yet. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh wouldn't try to get a guy like Willis. I mean, he'd be perfect for what they need. Like, is he? They need like a gap guy, and he's a guy that maybe could turn into more than a gap guy. He's played good when he's got opportunity to play. Yeah. At the very least, he could get you until you can find your future franchise guy, and hell, he might turn into that. But so I mean, if I'm a team like Pittsburgh, I would take a chance on a guy like Willis. because of where you're drafted at. Like he's going to be one of your best options right now.
Yep. I think Willis and the other one, and I don't know if you can get him, the backup at San Francisco.
Yeah, he's still under contract for a year, so you'd have to make a trade.
I think he would. I think he could be. There's some teams he could be a good fit for also. I believe, and with the right coach. I don't think just anywhere.
I definitely agree.
Let's get out of here, and we'll be back tomorrow night, guys. Again at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, with Hot Seat with OG Tony and the gang.
Please, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube, and we will see. We'll see you guys next Tuesday.